Hello, here's a very quick overview of how to use resumebuild.com. So what you're going to do is navigate to the website. So you have students type in the gray box. They like to type it in Google directly, but in the gray box at the top, so the Omni box or the direction box, you're going to type in resumebuild.com. Then we're going to click down on Build My Own Resume. So if you can have your students do that, it's going to give them something like this. No big deal. Just click Build My Resume. So here, they're going to choose the style. It's not such a big idea. Here, it's not so important because what they are going to do is they're going to have this option later. So you can have them choose one to get an idea of something they really like that's flashy and cool, but don't spend too much time because they'll get an option later. Then you have this first thing. Now, what's really cool about this website is it's made up much like a form. I know that my students, I've seen put in credentials on a website and those types of things, and they are pretty much natives at this. They can fill a form. And so if they can fill a form for this website, they can build a resume, which is great. So what you're going to do is you're going to have them type in their names. Let's go ahead and just make one up here. We're going to put 188 Mockingbird Lane. Perfect. And that is in Waterloo, Iowa. Very good. Then you would just put your email and the phone number if they have one. I hope they do. Perfect. So you're going to fill out that first part. I would have you check off on each section before they click save. They can always come back to it, but it's easy that it's just done. So I'm going to do that. Then they click save. They move to the second one. It always gives them some nice tips. And so for the more advanced classes, that's great. If not, it's really not important. So you can have them click next. Now, this would be where some of the activities would be good if you've talked about this already. It's really great, but you can have them type in their employer. So let's pretend we have Tyson and they were line worker. Yes, and that was in Waterloo, Iowa as well. And they did that a couple of years ago. I don't know. And they're still working there today. So current is an option. I presently work here. Okay. So what is interesting about this is they can type their job description, which may be very complicated, or you can help them select the field. And so what that looks like is they would just have to choose like manufacturing and production, for example. It's going to load all of the different options. And let's see, testers, line workers, assemblers, and fabricators. That's as close as we're going to get probably. But it does give me a lot of different units here. And so what I can do is I can say, oh, I assembled, I inspected, and I've already given my description and I don't have to write it out. So depending on the job title here, you can get pretty close and you can do some small changes here or help them make small changes. So they really don't have to type it all out, but they've given really good options. So that's got my experience. I'm going to pretend that that's all the experience that I have. So then you would move to the education. You do more of the same until we're going to put Harvard is in Boston. Okay, so they've got, they've said that they've gone to Harvard, they've got that. And let's say that their skill section is that they can do forklift, they are experts, and they have safety training. So they're going to put experienced as their two skills. You can add more, you can add less, just to give you an idea. The summary is probably the hardest part. They're going to write something like this. I've done a mini activity for them to practice that, but they can also do the pre-done ones and change the options. That's perfect. So then they just click save. And the final thing is it is going to ask for an email. I wanted to show you this. It asks for an email. You need to make a password, and this is to create an account, but it's not important because they don't need to be able to access this later. If it's better that they put a correct email, so they can if they wanted to, but if they put a fake email, you don't have to be worried about it as the teacher. You just click save and next. It's still going to take you to where you want to go. And that's my resume. It's ready to go. It's super easy. So use this during your class, and I think they'll have a very successful session of resumes. Download, print, done.